got divorced. All right. So statistically, it's more likely for you to get married and divorced than you to catch STD. All right. Now, if you fuck around and fuck 100 girls by 21, more likely you done caught an STD. And you probably still got it. But here's the thing. This clip says, sell me marriage. One of the things that people have a problem with is they cannot sell marriage anymore. So much so they get triggered that when they see you not married, they say something's wrong with you. They might suggest that you're a maggot. All right. They might even suggest that you're a little boy. You don't want to grow up. You've been damaged. You're bitter. You're hurt. They don't tell you what the benefits are. And it gets so bad that they can't sell it, that they just threaten you. I'm going to whoop your ass. I'm going to push your teeth in the back of your throat. I'm going to beat you up. They only have threats. And you have to ask yourself, as Kaylin, I think it was Kaylin or no government name, asked, if marriage was such an easy sell, why can't they pull it off? They have a marketing issue with marriage. Now, what they best do, I'm telling you, this is the best thing they could do. And they have not figured it out with me because they are not smart enough. Andrew Wilson wasn't smart enough to do it. Hafiz wasn't smart enough to do it. Boyce Watkins wasn't smart enough to do it. Tony Gaskins wasn't smart enough to do it. Claudia Jordan wasn't smart enough to do it. They went for the old sign language. Now, what they went for the debate. They tried to get me with the, I got you, ecclesiastical marriage. You didn't know about that, coach. You have no chance of getting divorced. But I proved that was a 19% chance. Well, that's lower than the 50%. Okay. The smartest thing they could do would be to team up with me. They won't do it because they're too busy trying to be white. Why don't you hear from my side, see what I'm teaching, and then incorporate it into your message, into your sales? Because if marriage is such an easy sell, you'll be able to incorporate what I'm saying, and we can work together for us to have a solution. That's not what they're doing. They're not smart enough to do it. They're here trying to put out the fire. They're trying to stamp me out. They're trying to make me out here to call me names. And they're not listening. They're not even researching what I'm telling you. They just find the one clip and say, oh, this debauchery. You're going to go to hell and get your throat slit. And they're not selling the marriage. What they're doing is telling you you're a kid. You need to grow up, man up, do right, do what's right by your people, help the people, do this, be a utility. You're going to make more money, but it's going to be split up by 5 miles. Okay, you're gonna be a workhorse. You're not gonna get pussy. All right, you gotta, you know. Andrew Wilson said they're gonna be a community, a preacher, a pastor, and a group of women that force your woman to fuck you and have sex. And I'm like, do y'all hear this? Well, at least he's trying. I'm like, do y'all hear this? Instead, these Christian, I would call them relics, sycophants. They're trying to be right. They're trying to thump their Bible and force everybody by sword to participate in their system instead of uniting with the person like me and getting me on board. It would be very easy to do it, but they're just trying to do the old, okay, we're just going to get rid of him. It's crazy, right? It's crazy, right? They haven't figured it out. But there is a marketing problem for marriage. Only people really believe in it are religious people, whether they were religious from the beginning or religious from the beginning and they backslid and became re-religious, or they just found the Lord and Jesus Christ and the Latter-day Saints. They then just started thumping the Bible, okay? Or people that just were overly religious to begin with, they just started thumping the Bible. Thump, 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 thump. And listen, nobody cares about you thumping no Bible. Nobody cares about your fucking scriptures. I don't give a fuck about any scriptures. Actually, the only scripture I give a fuck about is Amos 3:16. I don't care about none of these scriptures. Like, none of them, I mean, they're nice and all. Sounds great. But Amos 3:16 at the end of the day presides over them. All right, I don't care. Niggas be like, you need to find Jesus. All right, didn't they find him already? They found him dead at one moment. Then they didn't find him. I mean, what do you want me to do? How am I supposed to find him? You haven't found him. All right, so until we can figure that out, right? Until we can figure that out, we're still in 2026. With that being said, They cannot sell you marriage. Listen to this clip. I hope I don't get it clipped at here's the clip. Sell Me Marriage by George Clooney in the movie but I fucking forgot it already. Up All the Way, something like that. Here's the clip right here.
Get married.
Nope.
Never want kids.
Not a chance.
Ever.
Never. Is that so bizarre?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I just don't see the value in it. All right, sell it to me.
What?
Sell.
Okay, how about love?
Okay.
Stability, just somebody you can count on,
How many stable marriages do you know?
somebody to talk to, someone to spend your life with.
I'm surrounded by people to talk to. I doubt that's going to change.
How about just not dying alone?
Starting when I was 12, we moved each one of my grandparents into a nursing facility. My parents went the same way. Make no mistake, we all die alone. Now, those cult members in San Diego with the Kool-Aid and the sneakers, they didn't die alone. I'm just saying there are options.
And this is what they end up doing, saying that I threw a temper tantrum.
Oh, fuck.
All right, this is what they end up doing. Look at the defensive nature of them, because you don't want to participate in their fairy tale. Oh, well, you're just gonna die then. All right, look. Here's the thing about death: we are going to die for sure. Some of us don't know how or when. Once you turn 50, you really don't give a fuck how or when. Right? You hope it's not tomorrow or the next day, but it could be. All right, but I've lived a very good life. I hope to live 50 more 20-year-old women at 50 years later, all right? Because it's possibly I will still be trying to do that. But with that being said, telling people that they're going to die when they're already old is like, yeah, well, nigga, I counted on that, right? Because that's what we're all going to do. Nobody's getting out of it. Same thing is when they tell you about marriage, all right? They'll tell you about what's going to happen when you die. People have a sick fascination of thinking about death all the time instead of living. I think about living, not death. All right, what am I going to do when I'm living? What decision am I going to make that allowed me to keep living? So they'll tell you you're going to have something. You're going to be alone when you die. Nigga, I'm probably going to be alone when I die. I mean, I hope. I mean, what do I want to be? Together with people on the bus? Like, what do you want me to do? Go down in the fiery over a cliff in a fiery bus crash? All right, then I won't be alone. But probably banking on I'm going to be alone, withering away. You know what I mean? Slowly. Right? That would be the best case scenario. 97 pounds, all the muscle gone. That's probably what's going to happen. It's not a pretty sight. Right? You don't want 50 people around looking at your emaciated body. All right. 97 pounds and shit all frail. Pissing and shitting on yourself. And then when you die, you shit on the bed. Like, who? Nobody around looking at this shit. Going through pain and grief, bleeding and pissing blood. Who wants to do this? Now, you think that's a vivid imagination. Well, that's what they want you to do. Worry about what's going to happen when you shitting on yourself when you die. When you die, you shit on yourself. That's when they say, what do they say? There's a famous phrase related to that. You got scared shitless. All right. When you die, you scared. You like, I don't want to go. This is it. And then you poop on yourself. All right. But that's neither here nor there. They don't tell you about that part of death. But you're going to shit the bed when you die. Or if you're in a crash, you're going to take a shit. All right. Or if you get shot, you're going to shit on yourself. The ability to squeeze the shit in, you know what I mean? When people say that smell of death, you know, somebody got homicide killed and they walk into it, the blood is all over the floor and it's rotten and they smell dookie. People shit on themselves. You know what I mean? It's a nasty sight. All right. All right. Anyway. But hey, don't be mad at me. Y'all was the one talking about dying. Y'all are always bringing up death. All right. I don't know why y'all mad at me now. Come on. Y'all mad at me. Y'all was the one talking about dying. I was talking about living the free agent lifestyle, living the free agent lifestyle. Y'all keep talking about death. Now, when I talk about death, y'all pissed off. All right, look, don't be mad at me. All right, shit. That's what happens when you die. Hopefully, look. That's what's gonna happen. All right, as soon as you about to go out, all right, and it's gonna be like. All right, but don't be mad at me that I'm making fun of it. It should be something you make fun of because we're all going to do it. Like, you just hope you don't do it in a certain way. You know what I mean? And there's no restart the game either. You're gone. But Sell Me Marriage, that clip is very famous regarding it. And then when you don't play their little fantasy game, they get super duper pissed off. Why don't you just believe it's just for the better of society? All right, let me play this other clip. All right, related to this. Sell Me Marriage. And the reason why people are, let me see here. People are going away from marriage, men and women, is because nobody can sell marriage now. It don't make sense. All right, so this is another clip. Clint Eastwood. Didn't he just die? I might be wrong. I want to say Clint Eastwood just died, or one of these guys just died. This is Clint Eastwood back in the day. Somebody just died. I can't remember who it was, but this is a movie. I don't know what movie this was, but his character name is Hogan, and he's speaking to a nun about marriage. Oh, it was Chuck Norris. It wasn't Clint Eastwood. It was Chuck Norris. All right, rest in peace to both of them. If Clint Eastwood's still alive, sorry, Clint. It was Chuck Norris. All right, so here we go right here. So this is Clint Eastwood on marriage.
So you're not married?
Nope.
Ever been?
Nope.
Want to be?
No.
Don't you want a woman of your own?
What for?
Share your name, bear your children, be a companion.
To ask me to quit drinking, quit gambling, save my money, and to bitch about her aches and pains all day? No, thanks.
Must be a lonely life.
It's a great life. Women when I want them, and none with the name of Hogan.
Hey, what? What'd he say? All right, I might have missed what he just said right there, but what'd he say? He said free agent lifestyle. What'd he say? Women when I want and something? Uh-oh, let's go back. I might have missed what he said right there.
None with the name of Hogan.
Wait.
Women when I want them, and none with the name of Hogan.
Oh, he said women when I want them, none with the name Hogan. All right, let's go. That's the free agent lifestyle. Women when I want them, none of them name Hogan. His name is Hogan. None of them with the name Hogan. Hey, let me play the clip again in full. All right, women when I want them, none of them with the name Hogan. Shit, yeah, bro. Where's my epic win on that one? That's epic right there, bro. He's like, I can get they good and done. I can deal with them, and then when I'm done dealing with them, I ain't gotta done dealing with them. I can just get them. Ain't epic win. I can go to the whole house, go catch me some syphilis, get my goddamn penicillin shot, and be out, and then never deal with the girl. Then I can lease. I don't have to buy. Let's play the whole clip again right there. Okay, so Sell Me Marriage. He trying to sell marriage to Hogan. He's like, bro, why? What? What am I getting?
You're not married?
Nope.
Ever been?
Nope.
Want to be?
No.
Nope.
Don't you want a woman of your own?
What for?
Okay, so this is again why they have a marketing problem. Don't you want a woman on your own? Now, guys, most men will say yes to that. But when you have experience, you're going to go, nah, I'm good. When you have experience, unfortunately, a lot of people in the manosphere or men content related don't have experience. And I've been warning you about that. So they're still going to lean hope. Well, I'm going to be like CA. All right, go for it. All right, but in this one, don't you want a woman on your own? Hell no, I don't. I don't want one. All right, is that okay? Why y'all trying to force me?
Nope.
I don't want one. I don't want a woman of my own. I no. I don't want to own them. I don't want to control them. I don't want to manage them. I don't want one. Is it okay?
Nope.
But they mad at you that you don't want a woman on your own. Don't you want one? Don't. If God wanted us to have a woman, if the army wanted us to have a woman, they would have issued us a woman. Okay. Don't you want a woman on your own? And then this is when they start selling it. Okay, what am I going to get? Well, for what? Let's see what she says. This is Tony Gaskin and all the ecclesiastical marriage, Andrew Wilson. What am I going to get?
Share your name, bear your children.
Share your name, bear your children. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Look, I don't promote having kids out of wedlock. I think people should be married when they have kids. Share your name, legacy, bear your children. Okay, that sounds like work, child support and shit.
Children, be a companion.
Guys, now that's a big ass lie right there. Now that's a lie. A companion, my ass. And he's going to clear this shit up. He's going to be like, companion, please. This is not a companion. All right. And he's going to clear this up. So share your name, bear your children, be your companion. What did I get? I got nothing. I mean, well, listen, children are not nothing, but let's see what he says.
They asked me to quit drinking, quit gambling, save my money, and to bitch about her aches and pains all day. No, thanks.
No, thank you. And as a man that has been previously married, that's pretty much on par. Now, am I a guy that's a drunkard? No, I don't drink very much. I don't gamble very much, although I do sports bet. Shout out to Scotty P in Las Vegas. But what he's saying is to tell me to not live the life I want to live. Now, for me, people are going to say, well, those are vices that are going to be harmful to him. He don't give a fuck. It's better than having a wife tell me not to do it. I'd rather do it. I prefer. Well, that's what it is. Same thing as people telling me I should get married instead of living the free agent lifestyle and touching hands around the world, putting hands on hips around the world. Coach, you don't to be putting hands on these young girls' hips. All right. Who says who, nigga? Says who?
Nope.
So in order for me to not do that, I got to go get me issue a wife. You got to issue me a wife. And I got to hear about all her aches and pains. But when I have aches and pains, you're going to be like, you just a big baby. You need to grow up. No, thank you, he said, ma'am. No, ma'am. Style. Now, what's the problem with this? Let's see if we can put. Okay, hold on for a second. It's not working.
Must be a lonely life.
There it is right there. You're going to be lonely. You're not going to mature. They're going to hit you with the devil's breath in Colombia. They start coming up with all of this shit. You're lonely. It's going to be a lonely life. See, some of these things are projection. These are issues some men have, but most women have. All right, it's going to be lonely. Ma'am, I'm going to pull up my video on Instagram. Do I look lonely? People be like, you don't look happy in the video. You're not happy, coach. Like these projections, like people, as they say, misery love company. How the hell do I not look like I'm happy? It's like, what the hell do people talk about, bro? All right, so it must be a lonely life. He don't look lonely to me. He don't look happy neither, but look, at least I ain't miserable.
It's a great life. Women when I want them and none with the name of hoping.
Ooh, wait. It's a great life right there. Women when I want them. Women when I don't want women, I don't have to deal with a woman. And any woman that I deal with does not have my last name. Meaning she can't harm me, she can't foul me, she can't accuse me of anything, she can't divorce me, she can't use my children against me, which are weapons that people use that nobody wants to fix that. Oddly enough, they want to fix CGA, but they don't want to fix the marriage and divorce industrial complex. They don't want to fix that. They don't want to change the laws. They don't want to change the rules. They don't even want to change the fact that you're supposed to be a partner, but not paying, you're paying more than 50% of the bills. Sell me marriage. See what people should be doing. And I'm trying to give advice to these people who don't want to see more men go to the free agent lifestyle. It would be best to extend an olive branch than to attack me. It would be best to extend an olive branch than to attack me, because attacking me is going to make you look bad. It's only going to make you look good to your sicko fans. That's all it is. To your psychotic audience, they're going to feel good about it, but you're not going to win people over because you're going to look crazy. You're going to look crazy to people making a choice. People are going to make a choice and be like, okay, coach is crazy, but these niggas look like they fucking pray with snakes in their hands. All right. They're part of a cult. Now, here's the sad part about it. I'm going to play a video right here. Okay. And I might have to take this stream down. And the reason why is because, well, I've used 2 movie clips. Okay. But this is a clip that just went out, which I'm going to keep saying this. The problems with relationships and marriages is that you guys want to solve it with people who are old instead of focusing on young people. Okay. Now, I'm old in terms of relationships and marriage. Like, I don't date. I don't even think a man my age should date at all. I don't even think, certainly a woman my age shouldn't be dating. All right. But I believe that at 50, your choices are pretty clear. Okay. To whether you have had children or marriage already, but dating and marrying does absolutely nothing. All right. Especially for the man. It does everything for everybody else but him. So I just don't even see date. Like, to me, dating is a teenage sport. Anybody in their late 20s and early 30s and 40s and 50s dating, you're literally wasting time. You're wasting your fucking time, bro. And people say no. Just look at your history with dating. Look at how people are frustrated. Y'all been on and came up empty. Waste of time. Men have been up to 20 to 50 dates. Nothing to show for it. Think of all of the work, the energy that you spent doing this process called dating. The reason why it doesn't work is because you are too fucking old to date. Okay? Relationships require you. Dating requires you to be ignorant. You have to be a dumbass to go out there and date and hope that this motherfucking stranger is going to my life. I possibly might meet. You got to be just dumb to go out there and date. The problem is you've been hit over the head a couple of times already, right? You're not dumb. You've been smartened up. You already kind of know how this goes. You know, you've been already, you've been stabbed in the back. You'd have been so you're not dumb. So dating is a teenage sport at best, something that you would do up until the age of 22, 23 max. By the time you get to your late 20s and early 30s, you've been smartened up. You already know the okie doke. You already know what to try to avoid. You already know when they come up with some bullshit. You already know when somebody's trying to use or finesse you or play you. You already know what's going on. And that's why dating is not for older people. Certainly not for a person my age. All right. I either going to get right to the bed or I'm not going to talk to you. Now, or I'm not going to deal with you at all. Like, okay, she can be like, well, cheeks ain't an option. Okay, well, what are we doing here? What do you want? Well, I was hoping we could have a platonic friendship. I don't need no more friends. Like, all right, so why are we talking again? Like, is there something else we can do? Is there a business deal? Is there something that we could do business-wise? Okay, no, we just going to be friends, hanging out and doing nothing, not fucking. All right, no, bye. I have a lot of shit to do on my life. All right, talking on the phone, texting each other, like, bye. I have too much shit to do. I have too much bills to catch up on. I'm trying to erase some debt. Like, no. It's not in my fucking house. I'm not that bored. So there's nothing wrong with it, especially a person my age, and certainly a person that is not my age. A woman that's not my age, there's no reason to talk to a woman my age if there ain't no pussy on the line. It's like, oh, we ain't fucking at all. All right, we got nothing to talk about. I'm gonna tell you, man, some of the best sex that I've had with younger women have been with women that once the sex was over, we didn't have nothing to say to each other. Like, there was like, we would just be looking at each other like, all right, we'd be around each other like, perhaps I'll hold your hand. Perhaps I'll tickle you now. All right. You know what I mean? Perhaps I'll. Now, people are going to say, well, you don't have anything to relate about. But guess what? Soon as we get in the bed, it's get 'em daddy season. All right, I'm getting her neck. All right, screaming daddy. All right, she hollering and screaming, her toes hitting the fucking, toes to the sky. All right, for some reason, the sex chemistry is off the chart. Everybody's playing the role. All right, but as soon as this fucking stops, it's like, well, you want a juice or something? Like, what are we gonna do? What do you want to do today? We go outside and go sit around. All right. Oh, yeah. Why don't you go home and go do something like scroll your fucking TikTok or something? All right. Go look at your phone. I'm going to watch a movie over here. But the bedroom chemistry is off the charts. All right. Because really, it's a match made in heaven. All right. But here's a clip. The reason why I was bringing that up. There's always a reason I bring that up. This is the ecclesiastical Christians again. This is where the Christians lose the game. This is where the religious sycophants lose the game. When they're trying to solve marriage, they're trying to solve it with older people. I kind of criticized Kevin Samuels when he was alive for this as well, but he's no longer with us. I was just bringing that up, not to diss him, but when he was alive, that was one of the things I was saying about him, was that much of his promotion of marriage was his success stories were almost always older people. Now, that's not a surprise because that's his audience was older people, right? It was very rarely younger people. Like Fresh and Fit's audience would be younger, right? His audience tended to be older. But then when they say, well, he's promoting marriage, I'm like, who cares about 240-year-old, twice divorced motherfuckers getting married, right? The reason why it doesn't matter is because they're less likely to procreate. They won't have much impact. Probably, I guess, will help each other. It doesn't help society. It helps on the image side. The image side, it works. Like Jonathan Majors in that one fine ass woman, Megan Good. It works on image, but it doesn't help motherfucking move the needle of building families, right? Although a small percentage of them will have kids, but it doesn't help push the needle or push society in a better direction with two old farts getting married, right? Like it's nice and all, but that don't help society at all. That wouldn't help. The people who you need to have it done would be 18 to 30. I keep saying that. So attacking me and by the way, not many 18 to 30-year-olds are watching me live in the free agent lifestyle. It's mostly people who are older, men who are older that are like, fuck it. I'm 35, 40, 45, 50. I'd rather just ride it out. Okay, I'm not Sneeko, or I'm not, what's the brother, the Looks Maxing guy? I'm not Myron. I'm not any of these guys, Justin. I'm not any of these guys that tailor their message for 14 and 15-year-olds. Okay, I don't sell courses to 14 and 15-year-olds. I don't market my program, Andrew Tate, to 14 and 15 and 16-year-olds. Like, that's not my message. And most 14, 15, and 16-year-olds don't find me interesting, right? They're not, who's this old nigga? Like, they'd be like, okay. I mean, even men in their 20s and 30s look at me as an old-ass nigga. Imagine a 14-year-old watching CGA going, I want to be like him one day. It's never going to happen. So I'm not really devastating the sexual marketplace because most of those men and young men aren't going to watch me. They're still out here running game. And dating coaches are coming back because dating industry is completely collapsed. So people are still trying to go back to the old go outside and run game and cold approach. We've been there, done that. Most of these people are just selling. Now, with that being said, you guys have to realize that if they're focusing on older people getting married, it's a lost cause. Younger people are the problem, and I want to show you this. You need younger people, Gen Z people, to actually fix your dating and marriage problem. The problem is it's doomed already. Okay, that's the problem. You guys are too busy focusing on once, twice divorced people, 40 and 50-year-olds and late 30s, that you forgot Gen Z has a problem. You forgot the COVID kids, the kids of COVID have a massive problem. Number one, they have a mental health problem. Mental health, they all are diagnosed or self-diagnosing. Number two, they have the COVID problem, which they were stuck inside, doing school inside. They miss a massive amount of their social development. Number three, they have a problem with the promiscuity of the females in the group and the lack of promiscuity in the male part of the group. So you have more men that are not dating, not relationships, not cold approaching, following the manosphere. More of these men are watching porn. More of these men are virgins. But then the women, OnlyFans, promiscuity, sugar babies, selling feet pictures, all right, lesbians, gay, rainbow, early terminations of pregnancy, liberal. Okay, it is going off the rails with this particular group. They don't even have to socialize. They don't drink alcohol. They don't go to parties. They don't go to Las Vegas. They don't get together in what they call rhythmic social gatherings where they have alcohol and they fuck on each other and feel on each other. They have all of this consent bullshit. It is falling off the rails. 30% of men in that age group say they're in a relationship compared to 60% of women in that age group. You have women dating the same guy and older men, and then also the young boys are being left out. Like, that's who you need to be focusing on, not CGA. They smoking weed and dropping Percocet and Adderall and Xannies. They over there going crazy at home playing video games and watching porn. And you talking about CGA? Yo, bro, you don't need to worry about older men like me. You need to worry about how can you get your message to younger men, and who are they most likely to listen to? An ecclesiastical Christian, a sycophant Christian wishing death upon another man for no reason, but he having fun with some younger women, or CGA saying, bro, you got 30 years of living the fucking free agent lifestyle. You're going to win in the end. All right. Who they going to listen to? They ain't going to listen to you, crazy, sycophant, crazy ass Christian. All right. They ain't going to listen to you. You're going to sound boring as fuck. All right. Like, nobody want to live that fucking life telling you to get away. And here's the thing. Telling a man to get married at 24, 25, all right, which I did. I was like 26, 27, 28, around the time I was with my wife or my soon-to-be wife. What women today are getting married at that age in the United States? Here, this is what I'm telling you. Y'all got a massive problem, and it ain't with men like me. You cannot find women in this age group that want to get married. In fact, if you had a 24-year-old woman that said she wanted to marry and have kids, she would be talked out of it. The problem is, you're telling men to do what between the ages of 18 and 30? Wait for these fucking whores to jump off the cock carousel, jump off the Tyrone meat wagon, jump off CGA sugar baby train, to then marry these fucking broads. All right. That they got a Tyrone baby, knocked up, 2 abortions, 80 bodies, CGA done examined them guts. Now they supposed to wait 10, 12 years for them to pick up the fucking slack. All right, because you don't have women 24, 25, 26 that are being pushed and promoted into marriage. So you're telling men to marry, but who? Who are they supposed to marry? Old bitches? Like, who are they supposed to marry? You're telling men need to go get married. Okay, young men. Who are young men going to marry? All right, bitches that want these men to have $100K a year at 24. Nah, bro. 7% of men in that age category make $100K. So this is where you're having a problem. The free agent lifestyle is going to be the win. It's going to win overwhelmingly, because then you're going to have men sitting on the sideline for so long with no women to marry, watching these hoes whore themselves out and get ran through and have fun and go to Miami on yachts and then blah, 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 blah. They just watching them do it. And they supposed to just pick up the slack. All right, let's play this video because this is important to the message here. Marriage is losing because you can't sell it. You can't sell it to older men. You can't sell it to men that are divorced, and you certainly can't sell it to younger men.
Less sex because it's dangerous.
Gen Z's having less sex because of microplastics.
I'm so sorry, y'all. You can't fuck like through DM.
I'm Carter, the host of the Guardian's new podcast, Stateside. Did you know that 1 in 4 adult members of Gen Z has not had sex with another person? I'm here in Austin talking to people about why so many members of Gen Z aren't getting laid.
Okay, interesting. They chose to say 1 in 4. That's 25%. That is a high percent. It's highest than it's ever been. And people are going to say, what's the problem with that? Well, guys, do you realize that there was a statistic that said 70, 80% of people were married in the 1980s by age 25. Tony Gaskin said he had 100 women that he fucked by the time he was 21. So people are going to worry about, well, they shouldn't be having sex premaritally. That's all that Christian sycophant bullshit that you're never going to push on today's society. We live in the devil's world. We don't live in God's world. All right, so that's that. We live in a liberal society, not a very conservative society. So you could go to hell with that. So if you're looking at it going 25%, that's not too bad. All right, well, compared to our previous years, 40 years ago, these people would have been married up, but we're telling people not to get married. Now they're also not getting laid now. It's okay. So how you going to get married without even having a chance to even get no punani out here?
I think microplastics are ruining the world, and they're probably just getting in everybody's stuff.
Modern romance has changed. They're spending too much on their phones.
They're not out actually making real connections.
Okay, you're going to hear this a lot. All right, and I cannot solve for this. This is going to be your problem for this one. People always use this as an excuse. People aren't making real connections anymore. People are on their phones. Guys, people just say, you know, the other woman said you can't have sex if you're just going to be in the DMs, if you're just going to be online dating. And they'll just tell you to go outside and make real connections. As soon as you go outside, people are watching, they're walking on their phone, right? Okay. And they're walking and looking at their phone. People are bumping into each other. Because I'm at the airport. I've been at the airport. I've taken like 11 or 12 flights in the last 20, 30 days. And people are like zombies, walking into people, not paying attention, walking all slow off the airplane, looking at their phone. You don't have to be at home to look at your phone. See, that's where the myth is, that people are at home looking at their phone. No, they're outside looking at their phone. You don't have to be at home looking at your phone. People are outside looking at their phone. And then you manage to just be like, hey, and they're like, oh, damn, I'm in the middle of an Instagram video. What do you want? Especially Gen Z. Okay, so yeah, people aren't making real connections, and we need to go outside. And it's that when you're outside, people are still looking at their phones. They got earbuds in and big ass headphones on. They don't want to be bothered. They look like they don't want to be bothered. Well, just take a chance, shoot your shot. This is what I'm talking about. You can do that if all you want. I mean, you're literally doing spray and pray at that point, bothering people that got headphones on, right? Even when people are at the gym, headphones on, locked in, not even paying attention, not even trying to look at people, no, not even trying to make eye contact. So this is what you have, and they're trying to solve it simply, but it's not a simple solution. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, it's not as simple as we need to talk to each other. Social. This is the type of woman that says that, and then if you walked up to her outside, all right, but let's continue.
Can you really connect with nobody? How are you having sex?
They're so exhausted physically and mentally that it's just not a priority.
A lot of girls I know, they're kind of done with like hookup culture.
Listen to that. See, look, people are going to say, Coach, not all these girls are riding the cock carousel. Now, this woman, both of these women, you got a liberal mulatto, exotical. She ain't even exotical. That's just a tragic mulatto. Then you have this Asian woman, what I call a condescending Asian. Both of them liberals. She said the girls my age, what age do you think she is? I would say mid to late 20s, 25, 26, 27. She said the girls my age are kind of done with hookup culture. Now, I know you guys think that you're going to tell me who the whores are and who they aren't and what women are sleeping around and which ones aren't. Man, don't waste your time. You just assume they can throw some pussy out here. She said the girls my age are kind of done with hookup culture. So again, like I said, what y'all getting are 27, 28, 29-year-old girls that have been ran through, right? They done had 20 to 50 to 100 dudes. They done went on 20 and 50 or 100 dates. Let's just take the sex off the table. They definitely been on 50 to 100 dates, maybe 25 to 50 dates, 50 to 100, whatever the number would be. The girls my age are kind of done with hookup culture. Oh, okay, so you done riding the motherfucking meat wagon? All right, here we go. Let's marry ecclesiastically. Who you gonna marry? A virgin? A guy that wasn't getting no pussy from her? Yep, she done being a sugar baby now. All right, look, you know how many sugar babies I've had that said, "Hey, I plan on stop being a sugar baby at certain age." Some said 25, some said 32, 33, and I'm like, like, these are your future wives out here, bro. Telling you they out here getting flayed by CGA, and they're like, "Oh, can you come to my wedding? It would be great if you came to my wedding." And y'all gonna know nothing about it. So she said the girls my age are kind of done with hookup culture. And there she is. She's I would say average Asian woman. She would be good looking, considered good looking to most Americans, but shit, I've been in Asia for fucking 2 months. Let me tell you, man, that's pretty average. I have a new scale of what Asian women are in the United States. But let's continue.
How much people watch porn, it kind of derives them from like connecting with someone.
All right, so he guilty as a motherfucker, bro. You giving a confessional right now. All right, the kids our age are watching a lot of porn. Yep, that's you. All right, that would be you, bro. All right, because you definitely the poster child of porn watching. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Yeah.
And that's you.
You telling on yourself. All right, let's continue.
Going out, socializing.
Do you think it's a bad thing then that Gen Z isn't having sex?
Yeah, it's really special getting to have that kind of intimate connection with somebody who really knows you and you're vulnerable with. And I don't think it's bad, but I think it's sad, and I want people to experience that.
I think it's a good thing that we're slowing down and realizing that we can't just pass our energy to everybody and give out our personal private space to everybody.
I agree with this, despite the fact that I don't practice that anymore. I agree with it. I always tell you it's not very healthy for people to have all these sexual partners. It's not healthy. Now I'm 50, so a lot of things that I've done is not healthy. You know, I mean, can't cure everything. All right, but it's not healthy. It's not the best to be having like 20 and 50 and 100 sexual partners. It's not at all, male or female. But boys will be boys. I will say that he can say that, but we don't practice that because we have people that are getting married late. I keep telling you that is the secret sauce right there. People pushing the marriage later in life. As long as you guys are doing that, you must assume that they fucking during those years. Okay. And I'm going to have to stop cursing here because, okay. I mean, even just the notion of asking people why they aren't getting sex at this age, Gen Z, they're saying that people are having sex and random sex and hookup sex. The Asian woman, oh, we're kind of tired of hookup sex. So if you're telling people men and women are getting married later, not at 24 and 25 anymore, they're getting married at 29, 30, 32, 34, 39, right? So we're just going to assume that they're keeping their legs closed for those 20 years, 5 years, 10 years. They're not fucking anybody during that time. Well, we know that's not the case. So then it gets into the tough conversation of how are these people able to seriously marry people that late if they've been fucked on and touched on and poked on the whole goddamn time? This is impossible. You can't sell people. You can't sell men to marry women like that. You can't sell men, tell men, marry these women. They're like, wait a minute.
And that's you.
Hold up. You telling me to marry these skeezers, former sugar babies, 304s, Instagram whores, and thoughts and ski? Nah, bruh. You can't sell me that. You have a marketing problem. So the only way they sell you marriage is to threaten you. That's it. Just threaten you. Outright, downright threaten you into doing it. And you're like, all right. Hell no.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, there's a time and a place for that when you just want to have fun and you want to talk to somebody, have a little, you know what I'm saying? But, nah, we can't do it all the time.
He ain't getting no pussy out here. All right, there's about a 0% chance he fucking. All right, maybe 1 to 2% chance. All right, but I'm talking about it. Oh, by the way, and I know I'm going crazy here. Here's another reason that, again, you need to focus on Gen Z getting sex. I mean, and marriage. is because if you think about what Gen Z is also, what is Gen Z also known for? Let's see if you can figure this out. What is Gen Z also known for? We described it. Mental health. All right. Gen Zooted, we call them, taking mental health meds, the lack of drinking, but the smoking of the marijuana. We described activism, liberalism. All right. More of that. Somebody said ghosting, anxiety. Let's see if somebody gets this. Drug use. Drug use. We got that one there. Okay. Pill popping, painted nails. All right. We got that one. Flaky. Checking out of work. Okay. That's a big one. Being broke. Let's see if somebody gets it. And this is a big one. Vaping, creativity, lack of creativity. I guess laziness. Okay. They have a propensity to be called laziness. Quitting. Hookup culture. No, these aren't the answers. Crocs. Two mamas. Sugar babying, looks maxing, unreliable, feminized. These are all good answers, by the way. Work-life balance, red pill, gay, reading rainbow, incels, masculine mamas, no kids. Nobody said it yet. Crashing out, zooming from school, online life. There we go, right there. I knew somebody would get it. This one right here. Shout out to I am him Eli. Right there. Now, that right there, because people are going to defend this, but I've been telling y'all for a long time that right there is going to be a problem. Because if you guys have men and women living at home until their 30s, you have a damn near 0% chance of them getting married, let alone fucking. And y'all will defend it. And I'm telling you, y'all can't defend this shit. Well, the economy's bad. Okay, if I got kids living, so-called kids, living at home from 25 to 26 to 29 to 30, how they gonna fuck or get married? you literally are kicking the can down the road to hell. They can't afford rent. They can't afford to live outside of their whole parents' house. Well, they can live at my house and save money. This is all a farce. You need to kick these fucking kids out of the house. All right. What age, coach? Bruh, look, 25 at the latest. At the latest. You'll get your fucking life started. But how you gonna get a marriage and kids when you can't even get out of your parents' house, bruh? And 50% of Gen Zs live with their parents. So I'm telling you, it's not older men like me that you need to focus on getting married at all. You need to fix this problem, because if you don't, this is going to be a problem for the next 25 to 30 years. The numbers are going to plummet, and these men are going to be ill prepared to man up and have no kids and family. They're going to end up marrying at 42, marrying a fucking liberal, feminist 47-year-old and impregnating her. And he going to be at home, the stay-at-home daddy. I'm just telling you, bro. I'm just telling you. Somebody says right here, coach acting like he could pay rent the way we pay rent when he was 25. Hey, man, look. Y'all can keep making excuses about this bullshit. But I had roommates for 4 years post-college. Roommates for 4 years. And I didn't like it. I lived with 3 different women when I was in college. My senior year, and then the 3 years after that, I had roommates. That's how I survived and paid rent. I didn't live on my own till I was like 23, 24. I got my first place by myself, 23, 24. But those years, my senior year in college, and then the 2 or 3 years after that, I had roommates. So I didn't live at home. And was I broke during these years? Yeah, but everybody about to be broke. But what's the problem with you getting a roommate? Right? 2 roommates. 2 roommates. I mean, come on, man. But here's the thing, man. Look, as long as you guys keep saying, well, I prefer my kid to look, you parents, and I'm telling you, you parents are really codependent, and you're part of the problem. Well, I want my kid to live at home as long as they can to save money so they can buy a house and blah, blah, blah. We don't see this statistically being the case. there are some people who are the exception to the rule. What we see is the kid just being like, okay, I can get my needs met with my parents. Why do I need a spouse? That's what's really happening. I'm getting my needs met with my parents. My parents still cook and clean and fold my clothes and whatever's going on here, or I can live cheaply with my parents. People are not getting married like that. And how can you expect a person, especially a man, to want to get married when he can't even live outside of his house? It's crazy. I mean, so the problem's not me. You can't even sell marriage to this group, this demographic. You can't even sell sex to them. And they want to fuck. You can't even sell them to get sex. Oh, and the reason I also brought this up is there ain't nothing like having sex in your own space. Even when I had roommates, sex was weird. You know what I mean? You don't want to have the noise all day, having a person sleep over, leaving the other roommate in the kitchen while the other person leaving your room, and you're got to explain, who is this girl? Okay. Or they at the door listening to you fucking. But when you have your own place, this is why you are finding younger women wanting to date older men, at least monetarily or realistically, because older men have their place to fuck. They have a place to fuck. Younger men don't got a place to fuck. Younger men, I have neighbors. I have two neighbors. They seem to be sisters. I don't know much about them because we don't talk. All right. But they seem to be sisters. They're both look like they're in their mid to late 20s. Anytime, because they're almost always at home, and they fucking they Uber Eats all the time. All right, because my doorbell is there, and a security camera catches the Uber Eats person passing my doorbell to get to their door. All right, so I'm always like, what the fuck is going on at my door? And it's the Uber Eats. My two female neighbors, anytime they're dating or they're doing whatever, the male is always at their house. You guys are going to know what I'm saying here. I'm trying to show you what's happening here. Anytime they start dating someone, because I'll see a car parked, I'll see that person, they'll come across my doorbell camera and whatnot. It's almost always the man going to their house, not the woman going to his house. Because it is almost always the case that the man don't have his own house. He live with his mama, or he might live with some brothers or sisters. He don't have a place to host a woman. The man almost always don't have a place to host a woman. They almost always at their house. And I'm like, y'all want these people to get married? This nigga don't even have his own house to fuck. He's got to go fuck in their house. Sleep over at their house. How the hell y'all fixing to get married? How you going to fix marriage? So you guys got to have some major problems you're going to have to overcome. And I ain't the problem at all. And one of the reasons you will find that younger women will engage and date older men is because they got a place to fuck. I got a place to come over, and this is like the Taj Mahal. I got a bed in a room in a house that's like the Taj Mahal compared to the men they give sex to free niggas for, the free sex off. Well, he hit it for free on an air mattress. When she come to my house, she get to scream, yell. All right, the neighbors ain't gonna hear her at all. All right, at his motherfucking house or at her house, they gonna hear everything. Everybody gonna hear something through them thin ass walls. All right, at my house, she can scream, yell. We can go around, sleep in the nude. Nobody gonna catch us. Okay, so that's a reason why younger women are like, well, shit, I can do my dirt. And then when she do the walk of shame, she don't go walk through a whole apartment complex of everybody seeing her come and go. She can walk right out of my garage and right into her car and skedaddle. All right, nobody gonna see nothing but a few neighbors here and there. All right, nobody she knows is gonna see her doing her dirt, leaving my house at 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 in the morning. Okay, paying attention. Nobody gonna know who she is and go to the school the next day, and nobody gonna see her. Nobody gonna talk shit. Right? So that's why you're gonna see more younger women doing it with older men on the sneak, on the slide, monetized or illegitimate in legitimate relationships, because he got a house to fuck in. Most young men don't. How y'all gonna get married? How y'all gonna get marriage and fix marriage when these men still live at home with their parents? How they gonna give sex, date, come home from a date, court, any of this shit, and they ain't got their own place to live in? It's like you guys got major problems. And here's the deal. I'm highlighting it, but I can't fix the shit because you guys want to baby these goddamn people. You want to tell me a 21-year-old person is a kid. You want to tell me a 25-year-old person is a child. You want to tell me a 30-year-old person is an emerging adult. Go fuck yourself, bro. I'm not going to help solve your problem. And you're going to tell me a 25-year-old is still a kid. They're still a child. Their brainstem ain't developed. All right, go fuck yourself, man. Look, go have your, hey, man, have it your way. Okay. New world order. You solve the shit. Then you want me to solve the problem. And I'm like, well, start with these bitch ass niggas. Kick them out of the fucking house and let them sink or swim, nigga. Let them bump their head. No, we don't want to do that because they're still children. 21 is still a child. Okay. All right, whatever. If that's what y'all going to go with. It's the economy's bad. It's hard to pay rent. And that's not 1994 anymore, coach. Okay, whatever. All right. Hey, I can't fix the fucking economy neither. New world order. All right, let me do these super chats. Let's finish with this virgin ass nigga.
I'm having less sex because it's dangerous.
Gen Z's having less sex.
Okay. I'm having less sex because it's dangerous. Another scare tactic. Guys, as much fucking is going on here. I mean, I know STI rates are high and pregnancy is high, bro. It's not as dangerous as you think. There's always a danger, but come on, bro. Y'all scaring people into not fucking. All right, this is crazy. You know how many people fuck on a daily basis compared to how much negative shit happens? But let's continue. Now y'all scared to have sex. The propaganda is real, man.
Because of microplastics.
Now we got microplastics.
So sorry, y'all. You can't fuck like through a DM.
Ma'am, how many times have you been reached out on dating apps and fuck? Let me stop. This is a repeat of itself. But anyway, that was the main event, ecclesiastically. You guys are really psyching yourself out. Psyching yourself out of doing something that is really, really real out here. Microplastics. Can't hook up in the DMs. I certainly can. You know how many women? Never mind. All right, but again, all I can say is good luck out here. Like the threatening people, all they have is the threats, threatening you into getting married. All right, you better get married. How are you going to get these young people married? Is going to be mission impossible. All right, we got some cash apps that I need to acknowledge. We got 5 of them. Shout out to Preston. He says that Tony dude